Hello and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Pen. Now today I am making a recipe that I've made a couple of times before. I do have a recipe for this on the channel, but today it's a bit different. I'm using up some Christmas leftovers. Well, some are, but I dare say over Christmas plenty of you bought a panettone and you didn't finish it all and it's just sitting there and you're thinking, oh, what a waste, what am I going to do with this? Well, this is for you. I didn't buy this over Christmas. I bought it reduced for £1.25 in Tesco's last week, purely for this recipe. The other thing that's leftovers are Satsumas, easy peelers, tangerines, mandarins, whatever you've got. Now, I've got some that are left over from Christmas. I've still got a couple in the fruit bowl. What I've done is I have, excuse me, taken off some of the orange peel and I've got it there. And the recipe we're making today is actually a bread and butter pudding. Couldn't be simpler, especially because I'm cheating and I'm using bird's custard. So in my bowl I have got two teaspoons, no I haven't, that's a fib, I'm lying. I have 2 tablespoons of bird's custard powder, and in here I have a pint of double cream mixed in with a little milk to make it up to a pint, obviously. Right, and all I'm going to do is, when I can get a bowl, this is a spoon, Penny, spoon. I'm going to move you. Right, I'm just going to add a little bit of milk, or cream and milk, the milk mixture, into the bowl. And I'm just going to mix it all together to form a paste. Now, the instructions for a bird's custard say to add the sugar. Now, I'm going to do what I've always done and what my mum used to do, and that is I'm going to put my sugar in the saucepan with the milk so that I know that my sugar will dissolve. And you just want a thick paste, okay, like that. I mean, it looks horrible, but don't worry, it won't look horrible for long. And then I'm just going to pour the rest of this cream milk mixture into the pan, and I'm going to add a couple of teaspoons of, no, I keep saying teaspoons, tablespoons of sugar. The first one wasn't a full one, so there we go. And I'm going to let that heat very, very gently. And once it's heated, I will add in the zest of the orange. But now I need to move you again. Right, this is our panettone. It's a sweet, enriched Italian bread. This is a traditional one that has fruit in. You can get chocolate ones. Now, chocolate would have gone really nice with this because chocolate orange, but I got the fruit one because it was reduced, and you know, let's not waste money if we don't need to, eh? Right. Open it. Still not open, I should have gone underneath. This tie does not want to untie. That's it, there we go. Right. That smells nice. Oh, it smells very nice actually. Right. So what I shall do is I shall cut some slices and I shall just butter them. You know how to butter a slice of bread? Goodness me. So let's get that done. Right, and be generous with your butter, and then I'm going to cut each slice into 4. And I've got a buttered baking dish here, and I'm going to start layering in the bread. Might have to do another slice. This dish is bigger than I actually thought. But anyway, I'll do this, and I will also peel and segment the fruit, and we'll be back. And just like a standard bread and butter pudding, you layer it up with fruit in between your slices of bread. So now I'm going to start to heat the milk and the sugar. And I'll keep stirring it so that I can see when the sugar has actually dissolved. Okay, I can feel that the sugar has dissolved, so I'm going to go in with the orange zest, or Satsuma zest, or I can't even remember what these were, but they were the box that you buy in Sainsbury's over Christmas. And they were actually a little bit disappointing, hence the reason we have so many left. So I'm going to let that come up to a boil now. I've kept stirring so that the cream doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And we're just coming up to a boil now. So it's time to gradually add the cream milk mix to your custard powder, and let's get whisking because we don't really want any lumps. So whisk until we're certain that everything is nicely mixed in. And again, the joy of using a glass bowl, you can look and see. Right, and now we want this custard just a little thicker, so it's going to go back into the pan. Make sure we get it all out, all those lovely bits of orange zest. And again, we shall keep stirring, and then we'll know when it has thickened. And when it's thickened, it goes over our panettone and fruit, and that is thickening already. Look at that. Keep stirring, remember no lumps. Right, so that's thickened a lot. You can see the zest in there, so we know we've got a nice orangey custard. Switch off and we pour over our bread and butter pudding, our panettone pudding. And this is where lots of people may go wrong, because they'll do this and they'll pop it straight in the oven. Don't do that. You want to leave this, I mean, you see how thick that custard is and no lumps. You want to leave this for at least 30 minutes so that the bread can soak up all of that delicious custard. Right, so should we have a taste? Oh, that is nice, so creamy. So there we are, and we're just going to leave that for 30 minutes. Right, it's been just over 30 minutes. There's our bread and butter pudding, and now we want something on top of it that's sweet and crunchy. So I'm going to scatter over some soft brown sugar and some ordinary granulated sugar. It'll add to the sweetness, which will be lovely festive, because he likes sweet things. That's obviously why he likes me. And it will just give a nice texture on the top. Now, again, you could put your bread and butter pudding directly in the oven. I have preheated my oven on bake at 170 degrees. Now I could put it straight in there, but I like a soft, fluffy bread pudding. Only way to describe it. So I have just boiled the kettle, and as you can see, I hope, I've got my dish inside another dish. So I'm pouring boiling water into this dish so that it comes, well, that's a whole kettle of water. So it comes to there. And now I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to cook it for 35-40 minutes, just until custard is set and we've got colour on the top. And that I can just ignore now, can't I? Clear up. Whilst I was waiting those 30 minutes, I prepared dinner, so all go here today. We'll be back when that's cooked. Kitchen smells delicious. We are 30 seconds away. I can see the pudding itself bubbling, so yes, I know it's cooked. I know it's set. I've got my mat there that I'm going to put it on so that I don't damage the work surface. I don't need any help in doing that, so let's try and be sensible. And the sugar has created in places nice little well, toffee-ish bits really, aren't they? Right, it's finished. This will be extremely hot, so you'll have to forgive me, and I'll try not to got the bloody thing all soaked, didn't I? That wasn't very clever. Anyway, that can go in the wash. Let's get another one out. Right, okay. In fact, you know the saying, you don't have a dog and bark yourself? Well, perhaps that should be, you don't have oven gauntlets and use a tea towel. Right, what I'll do is I will just transfer it onto this wet one. There we go. Get rid of that boiling water. And I shall put the pan straight back in there so it can reheat in the residual heat from that oven. Right, now let's take a closer look. Look at that. Oh my days. That looks absolutely delicious. Now, I could just serve it straight up, I really could. But let's leave it for a few minutes and let it set. I know it's set, but you know, just like when you make a lasagna, you don't serve it straight away. You want to leave it for about 10 minutes before you actually serve. So it's the same principle with this, only I don't think I'm going to last 10 minutes. So next time you see this, it'll be in a bowl. Right, truth be told, it's been about 3 minutes. I'm sorry, but let's get into this. Oh, yes. Beautiful, very, very hot. Perfectly set custard. Beautiful panettone. And the fruit from the panettone, and obviously the oranges which I added, should give us a delicious bowl of dessert. Right, there you go, that That's it in the bowl. There we are. Right, you know, going to go through with Steve's and be back for the taste. Right then, it really does smell good. I wish that you could smell it. It's going to be very, very hot. So there's a nice, I don't know if you'll hear it. There's a bit of a crispness on top. I don't like really crispy bread and butter puddings. I know some people do, but for me, no. The custard, that looks perfectly set. Oh my god, I just had a mandarin. I thought it was all panettone, but it wasn't, it was a mandarin. Right, this is bloody lovely. I'm sorry, shouldn't swear, but it's bloody lovely. If you've got leftover panettone, use it to make a bread and butter pudding. You don't have to use mandarin. You could use blueberries, raspberries. They're not in season, so I wouldn't, but any fruit you like, or even chocolate. Just some chocolate drops in there would work really well. But cook it as I did in a bain-marie and you get this lovely, well, set custard that is just superb. Treat yourself. Use a bit of cream in there. Oops. Use a bit of cream in there too. That's a bit of orange dropping off. Right. It's really good, I promise. Thank you so much for watching this edition of In the Kitchen with Pen. If you've enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.